was like just like
you were gagging
jokes.
the space.
I was just cracking
Dude,
jokes.
I'm actually no. What makes me
hyper
hyper bullish on runes is the whole guild thing. Because I was really thinking about it last night after I said that. It's like, bro,
tribes, not guilds.
It's literally
war
runes.
Tribes, guilds.
It's guilds, bro. It has to be guilds. Because someone said factions, but I'm like guilds. I mean tribes, kind of like tribes of runes, like Viking tribes.
Oh god, we're live. Oh my god. Oh
All
shit.
right, here we go. Welcome to the Ordinals Are Dead show, where we are dead like the Presale Meta on salami.
We're dead like the 31 mil that the dev has no idea how to add to the LP, and we're dead like the 11 mil soul that's burnt, boys.
Is it it's salami, Ordinals, Solarner. Anyway, I'm here with better BitGod.
I'm BitGod. Hi everyone.
God.
I'm BitGod now. Upgraded.
And this is our good buddy BooToshi, the
What's up,
king,
gang?
future president of Ordinals. But when you're a king, you don't have to be president. So listen, let's get into it. Runes meta. What the hell are runes, BooToshi? I'll throw it to you.
Runes, in the most simplest form, are shitcoins on bitcoins, but it is the cleanest, most artisanal shitcoining that we are getting. Because why? Because it is produced by the maker of Ordinals himself, Casey Rodamore. Basically, I love the whole concept with runes. He was like looking at BRC20. They were like, I fucking hate BRC20s. It's like a dirty heroin needle. Let me make the degens a clean heroin needle. So that's what runes is. Runes is the clean heroin needle for us to safely degen with cheaper fees and more efficiently. And that comes out during the halvening, which is in April.
So real quick, I'm watching the space. Okay, I'm the loser that you know. I had to sell the Ordinal pass. I'm sorry, man.
Are you?
I just had to
Oh!
sell it. I'm sorry. Dude.
Okay, we're gonna.
But
fight after the
dude,
show.
stop. But dude, I traded it for a bunch of Trump puppet whitelist spots. So I'm gonna be able to buy 2 passes when we're back. I swear to God.
Fantastic.
But I will say, in some of my group chats, people keep talking about all this because there's runes. But then there's runestone, and everyone's making money off runestone now. I know the price went up, but they're getting airdrops. I don't get it. How do they link together?
So this is kind of like the OG lore. So boom, Casey was like, we're dropping runes. I actually started like dropping developer updates on the GitHub. So it's like, oh shit, okay, runes is actually coming out. Then randomly, out of the blue one day, a bunch of wallets got something airdropped to them. This was RSIC. People were like, whoa, what the fuck is this? And then like they look at the wallpaper and they look at the provenance. And the whole thing with RSIC is it was a digital rune miner where if you transfer it to your own wallet, you get to start mining these digital runes.
Wait, slow down real quick. Digital rune miner, how can you mine something that doesn't exist yet?
Oh,
I thought
okay,
runes
so
don't
you
exist
can mine
until the
something that
halving.
doesn't exist yet through indexing it. So the way that you activate the runestone is by transferring it to your own wallet. And the moment you transfer it, that counts as an activation because you could actually like track the transfer. Like you could track how an inscription moves through.
But somehow Runestone's going to acquire runes and give them to people because they're not.
So no, it's more so that like every block that you have your RSIC activated, you are like basically generating a chunk of runes. And then it's up to the rune devs, or it's up to the RSIC devs to create the rune and then airdrop the appropriate amount to everybody.
Okay. So they do have to make something.
They
later,
do have
but
to
they've
make something
decided
later.
the mechanism of how you
Yes.
collect it. They're doing the world's longest presale
Yes.
meta.
Yeah.
The longest.
Wait, we kicked off the presale meta?
That actually is.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah,
that's crazy. Okay.
Let's give the credit to where credit's due. Does Casey have the golden touch?
Absolutely.
No, wait, real quick. There's a problem because
Go ahead.
we all love Casey, but we saw a tweet on the timeline. I thought it was actually a good tweet. I think it was by an OMB, and they were pretty much saying, "Hey, we all think this is the biggest opportunity of our lifetime. It's generational wealth." If we all think it's generational wealth, that means that we're going to get fucked. We just watched the presale meta, the ones that no one knew about. Boom, it started off. People got rich. All of a sudden, everyone's like, "Yo, Shroom, Trippy, it's a cook. Get in there." Everyone said
to
it was
be
a
fair,
cook.
if you did hit the pre-sale for Trippy, you did cook.
I did. Thank you.
So,
But guess what? But guess what? Everyone I knew was also in Photon and Bonkbot, ready to snipe for Shroom, and they all lost money.
I lost money.
in that. See, but you didn't before in Boom or Snap and all the other ones because everyone knew it was a cook. We're talking about it too much.
But I have a take here. The thing is that I think this will transcend the whole idea that if everybody thinks it's going to be a guaranteed thing, then it's going to be fucked. I just think that we're in for a maelstrom of something that we don't know how to deal with. It's going to be a frenzy. It's going to be chaotic. To me, apparently. Like, it's got me in purgatory. I don't know what to sell. I don't know which runes to keep. I do. There's like 3 or 4 that I know that I should keep. And the other ones that are just being airdropped to us, like, because we've been here since the beginning.
Wait, how much are you getting airdropped so far? Well, are you able to calculate how much money you're making from this? Or like, do you have any idea? How much? Come on, Booten, tell me. Give me. You're gonna make me feel bad. Just let me know.
I got a nice chunk of Bitcoin airdropped to me through Runestone specifically, just because I got like 10.
Yeah.
So I got like 0.5 airdropped to me just for being in Ordinals and G-Gen and scribing.
Alright.
But
It's, I was gonna say, like, think about this, bro. I literally, Leonidas bought me a MacBook M3.
Really? Oh wait, you? Oh no, I thought like you just did it.
Just
for
kidding.
you.
I've already had this, but
Indirectly.
this is the equivalent. Like, we literally got
It's the
airdropped
M3? I didn't know that was
MacBook
the
M3s,
M3.
bro. Like,
That
this
is
shit's
crazy.
nuts. If you inscribe 3 image inscriptions, you got a MacBook M3. Shout out Apple. Shout out Leonidas, CEO of Apple.
So Leonidas, he airdropped me like a really tiny Hot Wheels Lambo, and I couldn't be happier. Leo, fucking thank you.
Wait. Why'd you only get the Lambo? I thought you were in the space. Are you not an OG?
Oh shit, burn.
I'm just
Burn.
trying to learn how this stuff works. Okay, what do I buy? Because I now know buy whatever Boo has, not what Troy has.
No, Boo was smart, and so was some other friends. They just had, a real good DGen will have their items that they buy from like, earlier collections into, and if they're buying like a sweep of 10 of whatever the collection is, they're putting it in 10 different wallets. That was the play there.
Oh, really?
That was
the
the play
move.
there.
Everyone keeps saying that. Is
It
that
was
really?
it was just like, because like I've just been experimenting with Ordinals over time. Because the way, so we talked about RSIC, right? That was airdropped if you had like specific like higher tier collections. But Leonidas basically looked at that, so it was like, fuck that, let's get like a community airdrop that like celebrates the OGs. So if you just had 3 non-text inscriptions, because everybody had text inscriptions, but if you had 3 image inscriptions or just basically non-text inscriptions in your wallet, you were qualified for a Runestone airdrop. So it's like, because I was using like, since I was an okay, so this is how I got all the runestones. So massive shout out to BTC Machine. If we're talking about airdrop gods,
Yes.
Bitcoin machines also have an MMORPG game. They literally airdrop so many inscriptions throughout time. So like back when I started, I had like 10 different wallets because I was doing Ordinal client stuff. And then I was also involved with like the Bitcoin machine ecosystem. And I got into their virus inscription drop. So like if you owned a virus, you then proceeded to get airdropped like 3 other item inscriptions. And solely because I got those airdropped to me, I got 3 image inscriptions, which qualified each of those wallets that had a virus for a runestone. That was nuts.
It's a virus you want.
That's the
the word
virus you
chat
want.
is not
However, you can't have it listed. You have to delist those things. You have to delist your machine, your virus. Those things earn. Also, you have to be careful. You don't have to split up. Let me get this right. You don't have to split up your runes, or if you have like 10 different wallets with runestones in them, you don't have to compile them all into one wallet. The Z-Bits will be dropping to just wherever the runestones are. And shout out to BTC Machines, because Z-Bits, they're trying to take that to $40 in the next 30 days. So, I mean, God, this sounds like a fucking alpha shill fucking get your money bag.
Sorry, you got to give me some of the money you get.
Hold on, we got. I think there's like, okay, so I was talking about BTC Machine as a reason why I got the Runestone airdrops. Troy is talking about BTC Machine additionally dropping Z-Bit token to Runestone holders. So these were like 2 separate timelines.
What's Z-Bit?
Z-Bit is, so BTC Machine has a sick like MMORPG game. Z-Bit is basically their game currency.
What token format is it?
It's
though?
a
It's
BRC,
a BRC20 right now.
It was one of the first, if not the first 5 that came out last year. It was one of the top 5, or the first 5 that ever
a
came out.
utility BRC20 token.
Yes.
A gaming
Yes.
BRC20
Yes.
token. Are they going to move it to runes maybe?
I assume so.
You assume so. Why do you assume that?
Because
No,
Runes
be-
is just better.
He was on a space, Mr. Lucky. Shout out to Mr. Lucky and Papo. Papo fucking love you as well. You Montreal guys. They said it's not converting to runes, but it's going to inform it in some way. So, Mr. Lucky, if you're listening, or Papo, please jump on and comment and fucking poke holes in my argument.
Okay, so I think I got it. Runes, Runestone, R6. They're making sense to me. What the heck is pups? I'm sick of it. I'm seeing on the timeline. I'm confused. I thought someone just told me they're switching to Solana. Can I buy it on Photon?
Yeah, what's up with that?
Okay, so this is the lore. This is the lore with pups. So again, Bitcoin puppets. If you own a Bitcoin puppet, you are just like, you just have gotten so much in airdrops. One of the original airdrops from owning a puppet, I think Farmer Joe might initiate it or somebody else initiated it, but someone basically just did an airdrop of a pups BRC20 to everybody who owned an opium. And I think that was before Bitcoin puppets came out, but it's part of that ecosystem, and people are just memeing it and
And
shitcoining
Opium
it.
is the cooler puppet.
Opium was the Genesis puppet.
Those were the
So
7.
they're the cooler puppet.
I would say they're the cooler
Thank you.
puppets.
They were the first 777, and then the subsequent one, which we were all trying to mint. On
I was there.
Yeah, and it was like botted and stuff like that. But do you think, like, will runes be really better than BRC20? I think they are, but what do you guys think?
Yes. Runes are better than BRC20 because the whole inefficiency with BRC20 that's really annoying is that you have to first, okay, so the way like BRC20s inherently works is that you get the token attached to your address. So it's not actually attached to an inscription or attached to a UTXO. It's like this third-party indexer that says, hey, this address has this amount of tokens. So when you want to transfer the BRC20 token out, you have to make a transfer inscription, which basically states, I'm taking this amount of tokens from my address, and I'm making a transfer inscription so we could send the inscription to somebody, and they'll have my tokens instead. Runes cuts that off entirely because runes are actually based on UTXOs. So if you want to transact with runes, it's as simple as one transaction. We don't have like this third party attached to an address, like indexer. It's like literally in the UTXO by default. So instead of having to make a transfer inscription, you just trade it.
Wait, so real quick, I think I understand. I'm going to reveal how ignorant I am, right?
Go for it.
They're single Satoshis. We've taken a Bitcoin. We've divided up into 100 million little individual pieces. We can trade those. We can inscribe stuff on them, etc. You can take one and you can say, hey, we're going to inscribe a BRC20 token on one, and it's going to be this many Satoshis can represent this amount of coins, right? The difference with a UTXO is it's like a little bundle of Satoshis, right? And so
it's a coin purse. That's the best analogy.
There we go, coin purse. And this is part of Bitcoin, not extra stuff. So the problem is BRC20, we need some extra tech keeping track of all this shit. UTXOs, those are native in Bitcoin, so it's a little bit like there's more stuff's going to upgrade from them.
That's correct. Okay. So like the biggest thing is like you're right in that analogy, but also think about BRC20 is like a meta protocol on top of a meta protocol, while Runes is a meta protocol on top of Bitcoin.
Never do double meta protocols is the advice.
It's just it's so inefficient. It's not good.
Two things.
So we got our chat back, I assume. So we can actually see chat now.
Hooray! How you
if
doing
you guys
there,
talk,
chat?
hello chat.
Two things. One is the stuff that you can just build on Runes besides just this initial tech that we're just talking about. I mean, possible collections. You're talking about. We talked about this last night on the space. We're talking about wars, competition, guilds.
That's what you're talking about. You're trying to start wars. You're the one doing wars.
Ordinals, baby. Ordinals. Let's go to war. The other thing I wanted to say is that, I don't know if you're noticing, but this is going to be the third time we're going to keep getting while we're talking. So go ahead. What do you think about, let's talk about the guilds that you're talking about. And the possible
Dude, this is actually, so one of my biggest bull cases for KC hard coding the first 10 runes, and like this idea just like popped up in my head after the space last night, but it's like, okay, so assuming that KC still does a hard code of the first 10 runes, how it'll work is KC presets these 10 words, and yes, Jen, it sounds centralized, whatever, but KC, there are 10 runes that have predefined names, and you will be able to partake in a free mint the moment that runes comes out as a protocol. So there's 10 different hard codes. I think one is going to be called US dollar, and it'll be infinite supply as a meme. But the other 9, we have no idea. There's no info. We don't know the supply. We don't know the stock. We don't know the names. What we do know is it's hard coded. So someone brought up that people will actually kind of like make these factions around each of the unique ones. And I actually heavily agree with that. Like I see people forming communities around each of the 9 runes that are initially hard-coded and basically either making guilds, factions, tribes, whatever you want to call it, of holders of those specific runes. And like I feel like we could totally see like rune battles, like which community is better, which rune is on top, all of that. So I think it'll be very interesting.
Sometimes you hear this like, so in shitcoin season, in meme season, people get mad if you like take a meme and you split it up too much because you lose attention from one main meme. That's like one of the tough things that people can be scared about. Is 10 like too many? How many like individual factions do you need, right? So.
I don't know, but
there's like 100 million coins like on centralized exchanges.
I think I'll take Jeff Goldblum's phrase in Jurassic Park, like life will find a way, like memes will find a way. If there isn't like competition or guild or tribe or war, what have you, there is no drama. And this space, like I'm talking about not drama like anger drama. Like I'm talking about the idea of just like what makes conflict. Like why are these two people in a scene and why is this thing happening? So I'm totally bullish on factions and tribes and whatever that theory is because it's just more interesting. You pay attention to it.
It makes it sound fun. The only reason why like I'm hyper bullish on this is because Casey did this whole tweet talking about how Ordinals is literally like crypto in general is just a massive MMORPG. People want to flex, people want to trade, people like having fun with it. And if we have these like 10 Genesis runes and like let's assume that runes becomes like the top tier shitcoin protocol on Bitcoin, these first 9 runes are going to have extreme significance.
See, the only problem
especially
is
if there's community.
the biggest
around it.
MMORPG, World of Warcraft,
No one
has
beats World of
2
Warcraft.
main. Okay, really, it's really the Horde and the Alliance, right?
For
That's
the
what I'm saying,
Horde,
that's only
motherfuckers.
2.
It's better to have just 2, really, though. I see what you're getting at. Like, if you're having 10, maybe those are sub-factions. Maybe they're under 2 umbrellas. I don't know, but I don't know how that's going to work.
Yeah, well, whatever. I'm just gonna pick the one where all my friends are at. It's really easy. I don't care. I'm like, there they are. I'm joining.
I'm going to pick the one where the bags are up.
Yeah, that too. Of course, I'm gonna pick the one that lets
Yeah.
me where your
But
friends
like,
are at.
which rune will have the tribe that makes the bag go up the highest?
Where your friends are at.
That's where the PvP starts.
The one that has the best drama and the ones that are funnier.
Yeah, we gotta. I'm gonna be looking at. Ooh, he's really good at Photoshop. Okay, he's in the guild. Oh, we got another one. He's a good memer. Okay, I'm only looking at who the top memers are. I don't care if you're a good trader because they're gonna dump on us. We need good.
Yeah.
I'm recruiting Swag Toshi. That's it.
Hey, BitGod's in the chat. Hey,
He said he's too sick to come here, but he's not sick enough to chat.
Yeah. We heard him on a space earlier today.
Call him out.
Yeah, he
Call
was.
him
He was
out.
on a
Yeah,
space. He said he
your-
can't talk, and he's on a space. Like
Your
that's-
voice sounded mellifluous like honey, bro. Like,
Nice.
come on, dude. We kept him in the waiting room in this Discord. So what's up, BitGod?
So I will say, like the last week, I'm chain agnostic. I'm in every chain. So I'm hanging out with the Solana crew, right? Maybe hanging with the base boys this week. But last week it was Solana crew, and we were all, doing this Presale Meta thing. I feel like it's finally dead here, and I wasn't paying attention to exactly what's happening in Ordinals really too much. I was just pre-selling the last couple pre-sales. You put 1 soul in, you take out half a soul. It wasn't really working anymore, and so I think we're done. Did it hit Bitcoin? What was going on over here?
No, like honestly, okay, you know what I think might have hit Bitcoin? I think that I've observed that a lot of my friends in Ordinals did partake in the shitcoin season, and a lot of them ended up bridging their gains back to Bitcoin and buying more Ordinals.
Which I think was the play.
Because you did that as well, right?
That was my play. My play was like, okay, obviously, we were sitting here last week during IRL Alpha, and I was watching Bohm go, fuck, that was in my chat, and I was just too busy to read. So don't be like me and be poor. But then I was like, man, I'd like to get some of these gains on the next ones to be able to convert back to make some plays on some Ordinals and also to stack some.
You guys want to hear something here? So I did the Bohm pre-sale last week. Oh, no, it's going to be not the money. I did the Bohm pre-sale last week. It was great because I love dark farms. We stayed out until, 5 a.m. I got home, and I was like, 5 a.m., 330 million. I got to sell a little bit of this. And so I sold a chunk then, woke up the next day, a little late because it was a long night. And I'm like, fuck. I just wouldn't have
Oh,
sold.
my God.
Luckily,
yeah.
I did not sell the whole stack. And then I watched it go to $1 billion, whatever. And then I sold something like 1.2 billion. And then
Holy
finally, it was
was a
going to
top
$1 billion.
sale, no?
And I sold except for a little moon bag at $1 billion. I was like, it's never. And then I'm waiting for it to hit a new entry point, but it was Dark Farms. Love you. You're the best.
So here's the question to you as a chain agnostic.
Don't trade at 5 a.m. after being out all night. That's my only fucking advice. I was like, just one fucking trade. And I hit it and went to sleep. And I woke up
Wait,
like,
look what
did I
Optic
sell?
said in chat. He said, Bohm bought me my first OMB. That's
Oh,
fucking fantastic.
that's
And that's like
beautiful.
another example.
Congratulations.
And like I think it does speak a lot about like Ordinals, how like Ordinal motherfuckers are so like loyal and so like beliefful in this chain that when they make money, me included, from other chains, we just park that shit back in Ordinals.
So as a chain agnostic guy, what did you do with your gains? If I can get too personal with you.
Oh, I'm waiting to get the next thing because like I could have got like an orange eyes. I was thinking, but then it's like, dude, they're just a little too expensive for what I want. I looked up to where the price I want to pay for an orange eyes right now, and it's at 0.9. And then I heard these nasty rumors going around that if I pay 0.99 Bitcoin and do a little bit of block fishing, I might be able to pick my orange eyes. So now all of a sudden, I'm kind of like maybe just do that. Are there any good ones left? No, you're saying no?
There's no more good ones
Okay,
left.
so real quick, break down what's happening. 'Cause remember, the OMBs did not fully mint out at the 0.99 price.
Correct.
It was a 172 when it
Well,
last
it didn't
paused.
fully mint out during the phase 2 whitelist.
Yes.
Yes. So there was 172 that people could pay 0.99 for.
Yeah.
No one did right away. However, over time, there's been like 8, I think, that have sold. These are not the exact numbers. I was trying to find the tweets. However, the rumors are, if I got some tech, I can pick out my orange eye. So why can't I go in there and pick the best one?
So you actually so how the whole like phishing thing works is that if you have the 1 Bitcoin in your wallet, then you could just mint from the official launch pad.
Yes.
And when you click on mint, and like your wallet will basically show you which inscription you're getting. And it's kind of like randomized from the pool. If you stay in that same wallet, like it's going to show you the same inscription, unless that inscription gets taken by someone else. Then it switches inscriptions. However, some people figured out, hey, if we just send money to another wallet, then we could like reshuffle it. And people just kept doing that to fish for the OMB they wanted.
Okay, so wait, what you're saying is you do a mint. You have money in your wallet, so you're allowed to mint. But then right before it finishes, because Bitcoin takes a long
You
time.
don't even, no, it's not even finished. It's like you don't even sign the transaction at all.
Yeah.
It pops up and you see the preview.
Oh, come on.
Yeah,
That's up.
It's like what Ordinals bot did or does, or Luminex kind of does that too. It's like you kind of can say, I don't want that one. I'm going to mint this one. And you can
You just
go for
refresh
rares.
it. So that's what people are fishing. But there's not many like
Wait,
mega grills.
Couple crazy. Also, you're bringing me back. I'm having ETH flashbacks right now. Jerry, can you get this title to be not Presale Meta though? See, I can talk to the producer from down here. So in the ETH days, if you guys don't know what we used to do in BooToshi, you may have already were all over this, but we were all over it. The first thing we did every time a new contract hit is we went on there and we see, did they leak the metadata? And we do the exact same thing. You say, did we leak the metadata?
Rarity snipe.
And then you say, okay, great. I'm going to try and mint around these chunks, trying to get the rares here because you know exactly what every single thing is. Yeah, this was a move back in the day. And this a lot of people, and once it got leaked that the rarities leaked, everyone panicked like, no, the project's going to crash. And it's like, are we back to that? Is this going to be a new? Like,
I don't. So my question is, you know, what was the deal? Like, what was the idea behind the 0.99? And I don't think the team is worried. We know what these things are worth. They're not, you know, traders trade, collectors collect. That's one of their sort of like mantras. Not to subjugate that, but like, what do you think is going to happen? Is it going to rise at to 1 Bitcoin? The orange eyes go up there, and so like it's going to mint out, or like?
Well, the question is, are there? Because remember, I think the OMB collection, there are grails there. There's multiple grails. There's different aesthetics you want. There's ones that you really look. I know a lot of people who got just one orange eye. They're looking to trade it for another one because they want their one they want to hold for a long time, which is really bullish. That's how CryptoPunks act. CryptoPunks are like, dude, I'm trying to get a punk so I can have it in my wallet forever. I'm trying to get one that I like and I vibe with. So if the pool of remaining ones no longer, once the grails are squeezed out of it, they will not sell until the floor is like near it, right? And then once the floor matches, then it'll be, they'll go right away because it'll be a deal.
That is true.
So
I think it's crazy to see like how many, because I was like, bro, there's no way someone's minting the public sale. And you'll kind of just go on the OMB page and it's like, mint, 0.99 Bitcoin, mint, 0.99 Bitcoin. Like there are actually like a very large chunk of people who were paying 1 Bitcoin to get an OMB orange eyes from the pool that they liked. And they weren't even like mega girls, like hoodies instantly gone. All of that shit instantly gone. But it's just crazy to see like people are willing to spend double over floor just for the one they like. And like that's bullish, no?
To me, I think this is the first time we've ever seen like the most bullish project that is like not worried about selling out, like in the idea of just like the concept of selling out.
We have to say there is a slight difference. Like worrying about selling out. Other projects when they're trying to sell out is like, okay, it's $200. We got 10K of them. Oh no, we're not selling out. This is for a Bitcoin. It's the craziest mint price of all time. And there was a lot of criticism that people heard about this price being so high. I think it is kind of okay to be like, just let them run. Like,
actually,
okay,
it
because Beacon, like, oh, I was gonna say, like, running it back, the best mints on Ethereum have, like, were you there for the chain runners run?
Yes.
No, I did not mint, but I was there.
Oh, okay, but there were like basically like the biggest cooks that I hit on Ethereum were these slow mints, where the project just didn't sell out and it just gained traction over time.
100%.
And sold out because then the people who minted and bought like wanted to hold the project.
Totally.
So they weren't like cheating it off rip.
Yeah, that happened with Dow of Seasons. You know, that was the Dirty Robot. That happened, like that was a slow mint, and that happened also with the Tunes project. I like it was up for 3 days, and all of a sudden it was minting out, like it was up, and that became a bullish. They went to 3 ETH. It was they looked like Looney Tunes. I forget what it was called. Doesn't matter.
I was gonna say that was a meta back then. We used to say like, dude, slow mint is good because if it's an instant mint, people are in the Discord, they're panicking. The price, where is it? And then people go in the Discord, be like, what's this community like? And it's a bunch of people panicking, and they go, I don't know if this is the vibe. and then they leave, and then the only people left are the traders. And right when it starts going down, they all get pissed. The vibes are even worse.
Yep.
And you just created a crazy little chaos storm where the Discord is toxic as hell.
Yep.
I will say, oh, by the way, in their OMB Discord, it's still an hour wait till each message. So like if you say hi, you have to wait.
Wait, slow down. OMB Discord is 1 hour per message.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Right now, since Mint, I think, yeah. I know
So
that
you got to make it count.
You
So
have
you
to-
guys are just you guys all have like an alarm every hour. Ding!
I gotta reply to
finally!
my homeboy real quick. Also,
yeah,
can we
but-
scroll down on the docs real quick, please?
Yeah. Give me a scroll, Jerry.
Most people are pasting their buys and because it's about the art, and some people just said hi or something or OMB and they got to wait an hour. But Chart Fu on a space before Mint, he said these things should be 0.5 starting price. But the cool thing is that the public is at 0.99, so it's like double what he thought. Because when he said 0.5 just across the board, when you want like newer people that just really want to get into OMBs because they heard about it through the grapevine, I thought he was kind of crazy, but I understand it is like the art is just incredible. So that's kind of interesting to me that it's sort of double than what he thought.
So
it
I
would
say
be.
OMB just needs to do the reverse. They just need to do the milady and just say, hey, guess what? We don't save any messages. Why not just do that? Give us one where you can type an hour and the messages are all saved, and then there's another chat. No saved messages.
Is that how my ladies work? They
Miladies,
just don't save no
There's
messages?
nothing saved. Right when you come in, everything's
That's
just
hilarious.
it's
No
only
wonder
right
she's
when
so
you-
deranged.
That's great though. That's like a great way of doing it. Every time you walk in there, you're like, "Where's the context? What's going on?" You're like, you have to hang out to find out.
That's cool.
You
I
can't
like
lurk
that.
and like, look,
Oh,
I
it's
lurked
great.
on these people and know this. You know
This
what I mean?
message will deconstruct in 10
Okay,
seconds.
I see the permissions.
I love
on
that because there is a way I know how to do it. You can export an entire go into any Discord. You can export from the beginning every chat history in the form of how it looks like a Discord. It's not just like in HTML. It's like the entire images and stuff.
Yeah, for like
It's pretty
blackmail.
crazy.
It's good
So
for
if you ever-
blackmail, yeah.
It's good. It's great for blackmail.
Good for blackmail.
Wait, so this whole conversation basically got me thinking. It's like, bro, we're running back the ETH playbook pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. Like, what is allowing me to be really good at trading ordinals is that I've seen this shit before. Like,
No, totally.
there's nothing new, and we're just running back the same playbook, but it's on Bitcoin now. So speaking of running back the same playbook, we got celebrities coming in, dropping projects, running their own bags up. Who is French Montana? Why do I not know about him? What is mac and cheese?
Okay, look, real quick. I wanted to rant last night about Leave Space because I really like French Montana. Okay, here's who he is. This is important. Back in the day, he's a pioneer. He would run around New York and he would make DVDs of like, oh, here's an up-and-coming rapper. Interview them. Oh, here's another rapper. Okay, here's a show. Get some show footage. Oh, here's some crazy stuff over here. He would just film a bunch of stuff in New York from rappers, put it together in a DVD, and then sell it. And then they like gain notoriety about this because you can see what's the New York scene like. And then this eventually turned into a music career. And
Wait, he was just like taking random people's like music clips and just
exactly,
selling
yeah,
them?
exactly. Well, no, he would be like running and be like, yo, BooToshi. It's like, imagine if someone was running around LA right now. I'm like, BooToshi, give me an interview. Yo, Thread Guy, give me an interview. Oh, I'm at a party right now. Oh, shit. Look, here's some people in the studio. Put it on a DVD. He's selling it to people. This is like you're not watching stuff on the internet. And so it's like, do you want to see what's happening in New York? You get this DVD, he's making money. That turned into a rap career. And then eventually he partnered up. We got some like giant hits, like whatever song with Sway Lee is like 3 billion streams on Spotify. So we had some other pretty big hits. And, he's not the most respected rapper. A lot of times I feel like people look at him as more like, I don't know, a
but
businessman, but
no,
he is a great businessman.
But I will say though, based on that hustle, conversely, how he just tagged accounts, including our friend here who should have 200,000.
Shout out French Montana who tagged me.
So it's like he collectively is, got into the mix and wanted to be in the nest of things, and then he's helping out the little accounts, and all of a sudden, like even Cypher, who had 4K followers and who's like, I think is the cabal.
Cypher having only 4K is nuts.
And now and it's
invest
like,
in Cypher account. Sorry.
Not that Cypher cares about followers or anything like that, because he's not even trying to be on the timeline fucking around. He's just doing the fucking Lord's work. Not that I'm religious, but it's pretty amazing that French Montana's not just looking out for himself. He's in the nest, helping out the little people.
Okay, hold on. I have to take some credit away from French Montana.
Go ahead, girl.
Because the only reason that he even tagged me and a bunch of other accounts was because Leonidas was the one that started the initiative where it's like, yo, like these Ordinal OGs who are below 10K followers. And I thought this was cool because he talked about this before, but he was like, bro, if you're below 10K followers and you're an Ordinals OG, like you deserve way more. You need like your platform accelerated. So then Leo tagged me in a runes giveaway as well as everyone else. And then French Montana's basically looked at that tweet and said, I'm also giving away a runestone if you also follow these Ordinal OGs who I'm following. And then like we check and he's like not following any of us. And then like 10 minutes and then like 30 minutes later, the intern was like following everybody. I'm like, I got the French Montana follow. But Apex said something interesting. He said, laser eyes and CT heads coming to Ordinals is way more bullish to me than the celeb meta. What do you guys think? Absolutely. Because it is hard to convince them. And like I have always kind of had this theory in my head where it's like, bro, Ordinals is not leaving. He's going to infest. He's going to infect their mind. It's going to piss them off so much. But slowly, eventually, as all of these things start happening and they just see people printing money, I think one thing that Bitcoiners love more than Bitcoin is more Bitcoin. And if they could partake in this little JPEG like protocol and make more Bitcoin, I think that'll cause them to fold one by one by one by one. So it's definitely more bullish to me.
I definitely more bullish. I think it's better to infect the old guard with like the new guard that is like, Avi, we're going to exponentialize your Bitcoin holdings with like pictures and audio and metadata and audio and whatever that stuff is, then like ape stuff and celebs coming in for that cash grab kind of thing. And I'm not saying that French Montana is here for the cash grab or anything like that, but it's undeniable that it's infecting a lot of people and it's already made the news.
Wait, I got a haircut today. And they were talking about Ordinals.
Are you joking?
I'm not. Okay.
Where?
Okay. So
What town?
this is the concept.
If it's in Venice, then yes.
No. It wasn't in Venice. It wasn't in Venice.
Solana
It was in fucking Huntington Beach. Fucking okay. Bro, answering Rosenbaum's question. I went from 8K followers to like 25K, but like majority of them are bots.
Shit.
But I'm sure I got like a mix of like a couple of thousand real people.
25K.
So it's pretty sick. My
I had
impressions
more
have
than him
gone
last
up.
week, and now he's doubled
So
me.
like, but I think they're all fake, so I don't really count it, but it's cool.
How do you
But like,
not-
I was getting a haircut today, right? I was getting fresh cut. You know, we preparing for beyond, preparing for New York, whatever. And I'm like, I always take a nap when I'm on the barber chair, and he's just like cutting me up. And then the other barbers are talking about how like, bro, we should have fucking bought Ethereum again after we sold because it went down. We would like been up so much. I instantly woke up. I was like, they're talking about crypto. So I like instantly joined the convo, and they're talking, and then I'm just like, oh yeah, bro, like crypto is like running so hard right now. And one of the barbers was just talking about how like he just stopped fucking swing trading. He was like, I'm just holding. I've held Bitcoin for so much. Like I lost 0.2 Bitcoin when I was like swing trading, so I just like stopped. I'm holding like the rest of my Bitcoin. So I brought up, of course, as I do, like, oh, have you guys heard of like Bitcoin? Like, have you guys ever traded NFTs? Have you heard of Bitcoin NFTs? The other barber chimes in. He was like, oh yeah, Ordinals, huh? They were talking about it on CNBC.
Oh yeah.
And there was like a commercial for them. I was like, what? I was like, that's fucking crazy.
Get your Ordinals
Is this
now.
the top?
Subscribe on your
Should
Satoshi.
we be selling? This is nuts.
Quick
That is
station
crazy.
break. This is the fifth or
We're
sixth
gonna
time.
we're gonna keep going.
It's
Okay.
fifth or sixth time. Let me mix it up.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Well, no, so a couple things. Before we talk, the celeb convo versus like polling in the maxi, super interesting, but we got to finish because French Montana did a little bit more than that, okay? So French Montana puts out a bunch of mixtapes. They often have different series. One of the series, Mac and Cheese. I've been fighting for this, Mac and Cheese 4 volume. Amazing album with the whole album with producer Harry Fraud. If you don't know Harry Fraud, amazing. We're going to force Voodoo and Troidals in the whole thing. But this is putting Mac and Cheese 5. And music on. Okay, that's a great name.
Was there a mac and cheese one?
Yes, of course there was.
Oh my God.
4 is where he finally really hit this new crescendo. I'm being so serious. And then, boom, off that, gonna go to 5. And it's one of the biggest inscriptions on Bitcoin. So you got to give it up. It was like when Snoop was putting music on there, it wasn't necessarily all like pushing the technology to the nth limit, right? Is not French in the top 10 biggest inscriptions. Where's he at?
Wait, so he
He
dropped
put
a
the
music.
album, yes.
He dropped a music inscription
Yes.
on Ordinals, and it's
Yes.
one of the biggest.
Yes.
Wait, that's okay. That's actually really
See,
sick.
he's the
That
he
is- that
follows.
is
You don't
actually
even know.
really sick.
So the difference between him and Snoop, love you Snoop, but he is like actually
Like
trying
Snoop Dogg?
to he's trying to embed himself into the culture. Snoop didn't really do that. He wasn't on Spaces generally and trying to like talk and be a part of the community or like how just normal people got in and started trading and being infected by the ecosystem. And speaking of music, what about Ghostface Killah?
Yeah, so Ghostface Killah said he's gonna put all his new music exclusively to Ordinals, which like Wu-Tang has already done. You know, they've already done the One of One album that only then Martin Shkreli bought it or whatever. So they've already experimented
On
with some
Ordinals?
tech stuff. No.
Oh, okay.
No, that was a single album, and I think it's worth like $1 million. But there was only one copy of it. So then, like, if you wanted to hear it, you have to literally go to Martin Shkreli's house, and he goes, "Here it is," and puts it on, and like
But I have to say, what I'm bullish on is that fucking legend Rare Skrilla is co-producing it.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Right is it the next Meta? It says Rare Skrilla co-producing.
Really?
Yeah.
That is so killer. Wow. What?
Hey, Skrilla, if
Is
I'm
that
mistaken, please fucking text
What are you
me
talking-
and
okay,
we'll talk about fatherhood.
Well, so
instead.
it's weird because Bitcoin is like definitely it's more restrictive in what you can store, and storing music is like a little bit more painful, right? You know, it's a little bit more painful than images. Video's the worst, but like you're preserving stuff for a very long time, especially when you make mixtapes and whatnot. I mean, I grew up on datpiff.com, and that website's not even around anymore. I can't get all the mixtapes I want anymore. If you didn't save them, you got to be getting on the torrents and looking for them. So I do think there is definitely something interesting about making music permanent and putting it on Bitcoin. The problem is that is the quality going to have to go down for that? Is this the best medium for it? I don't know.
Like, if the quality, I think it's interesting. It's definitely not the best medium for music, but I think it's an interesting medium to put your music on, because it's like you do have to combat like how high quality of music can we get on Bitcoin. And it's like when you do get on Bitcoin, because I'm a firm believer in when Bitcoin reaches like so much demand and block space demand is so high and the fee rates are also so high, you're not going to be able to get these files. And like we say it so long, or we say that specifically so much, and like while Bitcoin is umping and like Ordinals are at all-time highs, like the fee rate is single digits, which is very surprising for me. But I think that when it comes, like if this future comes where like getting what you want inscribed is actually difficult, then the file type matters. It's like, bro, there's already conversations between people where it's like people using recursion compared to PNG, like the PNG inscriptions are more bullish because they're seen as more big dick. And when it comes to like music files, it's like that is a specific.
What do you mean? What do you mean? You think splitting it up just because you're splitting it up, it's not as you think? So the coolest is
spend more money on your inscription, brokey. Like, what are you doing? Like, why are you using recursion to save space?
So recursion is always saving money at this point.
It's more so because when you do recursion, you have to make an HTML file.
Yep.
And it's shown as an HTML file. It's not shown as a PNG file.
Yeah.
Because when you inscribe it, like the file type is shown.
So that's why it appears to be and is cheaper.
Yeah. But that's the thing. It's kind of just like it's another statistical fact of an inscription where people may look at them and add more value depending on the file type.
But like, okay, wait. If I take any image, right, and I base 64 encode it, right, I can just split it across two inscriptions. And yeah, you got to have both. And I can just max them out, and then I've got a bigger image, right?
Yeah, but then when you like combine them, like you're not a file type image. Like, how are you combining them through code?
No, exactly. You have to do something, but the point is that you've stored the raw data there. We know you're literally concat. We're always going to be able to say, take this string, put them together. Now,
oh my God,
show
would be
the
so
image.
proud.
But like, is the goal just always max at a single inscription, or is it the highest quality art? You know what I mean?
I think it's the highest quality art, but just when it comes to like this like underlying variable, it's just a factor that people may look at.
Third largest inscription is Mac and Cheese 5. Top 3. Listen, anyone who says, "Oh, I'm an OG," and I'm like, "Where are you on the charts? Where are you at?" If you're not top 10 inscription size, don't call yourself an OG over French Montana.
Well, actually base as fuck.
You need to get there. You got to be 2. We got to get you to 2.
That is so base.
If Spirit Zero is accurate with this, I'm bullish on somebody coming in knowing that like let's go get the highest quality inscribed, just because you have that credibility. Like if you're, they like Mac and Cheese doing that or that album doing that, I think is bullish. If you can get a 4 megger and pay for it so people can own it, that's amazing.
No, that is base as fuck. I actually have heavy respect for that.
Couple things. One is a shout out to Obi-Wan based. They've inscribed like a whole beat lab, like full like high def files onto Bitcoin where you can actually like make music, and that's like that's and they're going to get testers and stuff like that. There's going to be people probably making crappy songs but also good songs, and I'm talking with them. They didn't ask me to do this, but I'm just like very interested in that.
Cool.
The other thing is, what does this do to any music meta for Ordinals with like French Montana, Ghostface Killah? Interested in this. Obviously, Rare Skrilla has been inscribing. I think he did like 20 songs in the sub 1K. They were like lo-fi because, of course, they had to be at that time.
20 songs in the sub 1K?
If I'm not mistaken, Skrilla, I'm saying a lot of lies.
Bro, those are grails.
Wait. Sub 1K?
So
those are grails.
Back in February last year, I was sitting on a couch in New York, and I was going.
We gotta get those. Okay?
And me and my buddy were searching. I'm like, wait. And we're playing these hip hop songs that were inscribed on an indexer or whatever was there. And we were like, dude, that's got to be Skrilla. That's got to be Skrilla. Like, there's no other artist that I know that's in Bitcoin who's a legend, that wouldn't be doing this. And that was him. I confirmed it on a space that we did together. But back to my question is, what is like, when I think about this music meta, I think of Violetta, you know,
I love
like
Violetta.
She's fucking like counterculture. She's like hates the fucking, you know, the music business and how that's all run. And congrats to that, because she performs in every fucking meetup that we see her in around the world and the country. But I'm saying, like, what do you think this does for, you know, music meta and
there's a couple
and music NFTs or digital artifacts as music?
Well, there's a couple things. So, one, watching an ETH, right? Their music NFTs is like a long promised thing. The meta was always coming, always coming, always coming.
Never came.
Hit, never came. I have hundreds of music NFTs, hundreds. It never did come. It just never got the promised land. Now, one of the big things is people were always talking about music NFTs. It's going to fix this royalty problem, right? We're going to get paid more for stuff. And then not only did that not work out for music NFTs, it collapsed for all NFTs, right? It literally, the whole royalty thing collapsed completely. Now, there's something weird, because over in Ordinals, Casey, when he put out the Ordinal Theory Handbook, they talk about digital inscriptions. Not everyone cares exactly that these are digital inscriptions. I just worship at the Casey, you know, the House of Casey directly. I take a more literal translation. I believe in digital inscriptions. One part of digital inscriptions is that they cannot enforce royalties.
Digital artifacts.
Artifacts, sorry, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
BitGod,
Casey, I have sinned.
Loyal
Casey,
supporter.
I've sinned.
Okay, no, but yeah. No, it does say that. It does say
exactly.
that.
So he says, no, it doesn't say you can't pay them. I pay royalties. I pay royalties for collections. Sometimes I'm pissed off at them. I'm leaving, and I'm like, and there's your royalties, because like, shit, I'm a good guy. I still do that sometimes. However, it's all about not being enforceable. So you still can pay them, but you can't enforce them. And so much with the music ETH narrative was, it'll be enforceable royalties that we'll be able to finally get paid for forever, and you'll start a fan club. And I'm like, I don't want that narrative. I don't want that over here. I am a digital artifact boy. I do not want enforceable royalties. I know people hate that.
Cancel vegan.
I see
Let's
it in
go
there.
swag.
I see it in there. So.
Yeah, swag has totally left the puppets.
Okay.
Swag. I
curious.
did used to work at Ticketmaster and Spotify. I am the devil.
Okay, Vegan, I have a question for you. So you said fuck digital, like fuck royalties. Do agree with that? But what is your opinion?
It's not fuck royalties.
No.
Fuck enforcing royalties.
Fuck enforcing royalties. So what's your opinion on marketplaces adding optional royalties as tips?
Love that. That's what I'm saying. Love that. I will
Do you
tip.
like? Is that benefit? Like, so wait, hold on. You would tip. This
Yes,
is important.
I tip.
Okay, so this is fantastic for me to hear, because like I had an argument with someone where I'm like, bro, like I know that we can't enforce royalties on ordinals, but I think for the longevity of projects, I think that if you are a project founder, or like if you're just running a project and like you do a good project, you're writing value or whatever, and like people want to trade your project, I think that people would like willingly tip.
Totally.
Out of like respect. And then I got in an argument with someone where they're like, no, everyone's green. No one's gonna fucking tip. I'm like, bro, it doesn't matter. Like if we get like 10,000 sales and like 5% of those sales tip, it's like that's a lot of money for us to like continue.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Magic Eden, please add please add tips, bro.
To anybody having a problem with that, I see no problem with the fact that, listen, I just put out a collection, whether it's music, art, whatever the hell I'm doing, photography, and that, hey, I'm not getting any royalties off this. I'm, you know, and the mint price was, you know, very cheap, and I made some money off of it. But to continue working, because I'm not working with a studio or the old guard or like this fucking Web 2 company with, you know, being beholden to, you know, the infrastructure of like that old government setup, is that like Patreon, like just a little tip and I can fucking keep working. Like I don't see any problem with that.
Here's the key. You need to Photoshop this right away, okay? Just we'll make a video where it's the Magic Eden. You go to Mint, and then right when it pops up, it's the classic 15, 20, 25%. Click right here, right on the price. Photoshop that. Let's get the spread around here.
Okay, Vegan, I want to ask you a question, and we're clipping this for Magic Eden.
Oh, God.
Let's do it.
Why would you tip?
No, I'm saying, so there's actually an experiment that happened. Radiohead famously put out an album where they said, pay what you want. And they said, pay what you want, let's see what happens. I think the average came out to be like $7. Now, guess what? Albums cost $15 at the time. That's when it's through a record label and the band gets a penny.
Yes.
Radiohead was clearing like $6. Everyone was pretty nice. It was a little cheaper. We don't realize that all the things where you're paying for like royalties to be enforced. Remember, the record label, it's just the mafia. How it works is people play songs, and the way they actually make money is they go around, they say, you're fucking paying me. I got lawyers. We're going to run you down. We're getting our money. They run around everywhere and make sure it is collected. Make sure that everyone's working with them. If no one's running around doing that, they don't collect the money. If we say, pay what you want, people do choose. They don't put you in the poorhouse, actually, right? But the difference is if you say, this is how much it costs, people are like, well, I'm going to pay the bare minimum. And if you say, how much would you give? You're like, you know what, for you? And we're just different. It's like we're more greedy if you say there is no option.
I
So
think
when it comes to project founders, you would tip. If you like the project,
Yes,
making
100%.
money, you tip. That's
100%.
cool.
I think it's
I need it.
I think it's genius, and it's a
Not everyone, but
I think it's genius that the Radiohead did that, or that model, because it immediately is a two-way street without that third component of a middleman. And so pay what you want, whatever you value it. And so it just like relieves that. It's in the model. It makes sense. It feels free. There's space to open up. And I think $7, even $3 is better than 1 penny. Like, that's without a doubt. So if you have a
100%.
problem with that, and Swag, by the way.
Swag's getting me. He's on a campaign. I'm getting my phone's blowing up. I can see all the messages, the hashtags trending. Come on, bro.
Swag has not only canceled Began publicly, he has left the puppets. He has left CC0. He has fucking just like, Swag, I don't even know why you're in this chat still. Is this like your swan song? Anyway.
Real quick, Jerry, give us a little bit of scroll. But I will say there's one other like thing I think to consider about this. What do you call like tipping versus not tipping? It's all about what are you doing? Are you doing reinforcing positive behavior, or are you punishing bad behavior? It's all feedback loops. So right now you can say, hey guys, I'm going to do everything I can to punish you for not being able to be able to pay royalties, right? Or not tip, whatever you want to call it. Or
Nice
I can
flag.
say, hey guys, if you want to tip, you can tip. And then all of a sudden, 6 months later, the new project comes out, and I go, ooh, which of these people get whitelist? I've got a list of people who tipped and a list of people who didn't tip. What do you know? You have a collection with a lot of people who are trying to get various whitelists from a small number of items for a lot of things.
That is
All of a sudden,
true.
someone says, I feel like giving a tip, I like you. You reward the tipping behavior. You say you get priority. Everyone, these communities we can't give everything to everyone. You know that. You can't no one is like, here you go, Bootoshi. For the Bootalians, we're going to give you 10,000 whitelist spots.
Go.
Right?
I love
One
that
for
project.
each.
Let's go. Shout out Boo. Shout out Bootalian.
So the thing here, Began, is that if you're seeing people tip, let's say, based on that, you're like, those people are freely giving that because they find the value. Those people are more likely to be community members that are just like, I'm going to park myself here because I freely gave that. I believe in this project that I'm in. And the founder or the team members are like, let's pay attention to these people. So that two-way street of like trust and that currency loop works there.
Well, I will say I gave money to Dark Farms literally just because I already loved him. He blesses the timeline daily. I'm like, oh my God, beautiful image, love it. I've been trying. Like he's got stuff I want to buy that he will not sell right yet. He just puts out art, and so it's like, send him money, boom, money comes back. And I think that a lot of people, it's an abundance mindset. Okay, don't worry about it. Okay, just put it out there. It's going to keep coming. Speaking of an abundance mindset, I do got to get some feedback from you guys, because I was in some group chats and people were talking that apparently this meat can. I'm just saying, I heard it was a rug. Was it a rug or not? What's going on?
I don't know. Very busy, but yes.
So wait, meat can was an
I
anime project that was going to come out.
It was basically it was this hype, and there's so much lore. So I'm gonna give the surface level. Is basically DK of Ordinal Codes had this project, and like one of the basic, like, I guess you could say, roadmaps of Ordinal Codes is like there's gonna be like this art airdrop for like the holders, and he ended up making it this whole collection. And like, keep in mind, like, this man like has been to Ordinal events, like me, BitGod. If BitGod was here, he'd like talk about this.
Yes, you've
but,
met
like
him.
we've met like in person, everything, and he like supported us. So it's like when he came to like running up this project, it was like, hey, if you want to get your community spots for this mint, and like he was already hyping it up. It already seemed like a hype project. So my community wanted it. I was like, cool. It's just like, tweet about it. Cool. We got the tweet out. We got collection spots. So here's the thing. He was advertising the project as just art, right? Just art, no utility. So like, technically it's not a rug because like you are buying what, like, it was all up front.
Yes.
However, he didn't color. So like, when you're selling just art, like, I feel the least you could do is put effort in the fucking art, bro. Like, when I saw like all the traits being inscribed and there were like barely any traits, they were all uncolored. I was just looking at it. I was like, what the fuck, bro? Well,
what I don't understand,
like, it was just foul, especially if it's just art.
Well, what I don't understand is just like, I didn't catch it in the haze of just being busy and stuff like that. Was that stipulated that it was going to be a reveal that was sort of blank coloring book, and that we're gonna do the art after that? Like, was that? I mean, it was just it was just a white background with black lined anime.
This is the best idea. Like, if everyone's always like, ooh, I don't like this one, I don't like that one, I want this other one. Great, color it in yourself. This is we saved a lot of time. I didn't have to color it in, and guess what? Color yours in, make it nice. Everyone, I'm gonna buy one. I'm gonna get some crayons, And
well, I do have to say, speaking of like being able to pick out your colors if you were going to color something in, is that Star-Lordy with Oniforce. I mean, he had his hours opened up yesterday from on a Google Meet from 2 p.m. to midnight, where if you pre-sale minted, you could go in on this Google Meet. And some of my friends were there. We didn't text each other. We just happened to be in there. And he went over the traits with you and very patiently. And we were like, you get to pick out slowly and build your Fallen from the new Ordinals. Oh, dude, it was I've never seen.
Wait, you built one last night?
I built one during the day, and Dave was in there, Prism was in there, Knox was in there. Sorry, and Chief and Quatch was in there.
Gee, well, thanks for inviting me. Gee, like everyone I know's in there.
Did you mint presale?
I already did.
Fucking shit!
I literally already did.
Star-Lord is going to be on the show.
No, he's not. He canceled today.
That's it. I'm out.
You know what? He did, sadly.
He did?
Yeah, he's not going to be here tonight.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Well,
I'm sorry.
Let's delete this from the thing. Sorry, Star-Lord.
I did mint Star-Lordy, and I was like, I minted, bro. What's going on?
You could probably still do that. He's going to be here till the 29th. Sorry to dox your dates. Jesus Christ. But I love that idea that you're working. Like, this guy is coming from ETH, inscribed in the 400K last year, and is just taking time. So no rush. And I just never saw that. I never had that experience where I get to like help pick directly on a call my Fallen, which I fucking loved.
Wait. When does that cut off though? So it's only like a certain number of people going to do it, and the rest are random, or how?
I think it was maybe
one time.
Maybe all pre-sellers. Please text them.
Okay.
Please text them. So,
okay.
So you're probably good. You should get in
How
there.
do you feel about these pre-sales on Bitcoin? Like, we do have a pre-sale meta. I just realized.
What's a pre-sale? Give me one. Tell me what do we put money? Where?
So no, I'm just talking about like projects that are launching, because it's like you guys brought up Mikan had like this pre-sale. On1 has this pre-sale. All of these like other projects do pre-sales, right? Like you could buy into it before the official drop. I don't know. It's just like I feel like it's a psyop way of like getting people to buy your project before you have the funds to actually inscribe.
Inscribing is very expensive.
It
right?
is.
And I think if you make a bunch of art and it is randomized in any way, like a lot of PFP collections are, it's never a set amount. Unless you make 10,000 custom ones, you can always curate down to a smaller collection. I think if you don't know what the final number is going to be, that's a much better way. I am anti, me, I'm becoming a laser eye maxi. I don't like littering the chain with stuff, okay? So if you go and do a collection that's like 10,000 and then no one mints them, you already inscribed them, it's like, don't do that. If you say, hey, we're going to see how many we sell. We sold 6,000. Great. Now we have the money. They already sold. Inscribe those 6,000 at a high quality very quickly. And like, I think that's better. I don't want trash on chain that no one owns.
I think it's such a risky move though. Because like, imagine this, because we've literally faced this situation, and I feel that Runes might actually bring back the super high fee rate market. And it's that when BRC20s were popping, right, there was this collection, this project that did collect money, and then they're like, cool, we're gonna inscribe. BRC20 mania happened. Fee rates went up 10x. Those motherfuckers could not inscribe for Jack. So everyone that paid was just not getting anything.
Yeah,
because they couldn't.
That's a good bet, though. What if you're betting it's going to go down? That's a great plan. I think that fee rates are going to go down over time.
I think it will go down.
And most of the market action was because of BRC20s, but like that seems to be like not as much anymore. But I do want to say, Swag, you can't cancel Ordinal grandpa. So I'm just going to tell you that Ordinals needs a grandpa, and there I am. So back to
Jerry, can you hit us with the upcoming projects on the title? But
yeah. Rubik's Cube master right here. 6 seconds.
They're making fun of me, okay?
No, you're bullying. I'm fucking bullshit.
I'm waiting for the video to come out of me solving the cube at the Milady rave. Okay, it was peak autism. Multiple people also could solve. That's key.
No, but I did mint a project, and I'm still waiting.
Oh, we're pumping your bags?
No. I minted a project, and you had to park your Bitcoin, and it wasn't cheap. But I trust the founders, and I'm not going to say what the project is. But
what are you talking about? Why are you bringing it
up?
Hey guys! I bought a project. I'm not going to tell you what it is.
Okay.
Just bragging.
Shout out to Parma from Bitcoin Bandits, but it's Bozos, the Bozos Collective.
Wait a minute. That's who made Slurf.
Hey, we're back.
Wait, is that not?
I don't. Maybe I got the name wrong.
I don't know anything.
Oh my god!
I thought
Slurf.
Bozos Collective made Slurf. I think. Okay, we're gonna get in that tonight. We have the Slurf founder coming on. Okay.
Swag Paul.
The man's going
Swag
to jail.
Paul.
That's so.
But the idea of just like parking your Bitcoin for a while, like I'm fine with it because like this particular piece is art. So I bought it for the art, and I also love Parma.
What do you mean you parked your Bitcoin? What is
Like
that?
meaning you don't have the asset yet because it's a pre-sale. Like it's been like 3 weeks.
And no one's gonna get ripped off by a group called the Bozo Collective.
Yeah.
Imagine explaining to the cops like, wait, how'd you lose the money? Okay, they're called the Bozo Collective. And you gave them money. It's like they seem like trusting bozos. Then you'll show them the photo, and the cops will say, "Get out of here, you troll! You're making fun of us." I mean, where's the hidden cam? Okay, I'm joking.
Yeah, but we do have pre-sales over here. But I just like the fact that the pre-sales, whether they're good or not, we do get a lot of free shit over here, like the airdrops. So we won't go back into
Not
that.
we, you, and Boo. Okay,
Big-
I'm
It
not
could be
actually
you
big
too,
on.
Vegan.
I'm trying to
If
get
you
in.
wait, do you own any Ordinals?
Yes.
Yeah,
Which
I can't-
ones?
So many.
I fucking.
So why aren't
gave
you getting
Be-
airdrops?
I gave Vegan.
I am,
his-
I think.
Oh,
I said B. I'm calling
but not
him out.
enough. I gotta get runestones and other
I
things.
can't believe he's so honest to tell me that he sold the first Ordinal that I sent him from the Ordinals, and I was like,
No, you don't understand. The person told me that these BRC20s were going to skyrocket, and I would be buying the whole project. So I don't think you understand. It's called opportunity cost, all right?
"These notes."
Yeah, okay.
Speaking of opportunity costs, what
Yeah.
are the upcoming opportunities that we have running through the list? Starting off with Owen One Force, which we just talked
Well, we
about.
talked about Oni Force.
Or Pepe's.
Or Pepe's, how you doing?
5,000 Pepe's
Spicy
by
meatball.
Lindoko.
Sì, Saro. Che passa, sì, Saro. Come stai? So, or Pepe's, 5,000 Pepe's. Matt Fury just did a Peplicator, and the floor is 0.08 ETH. But
What does
these
that
are-
have to do with Or Pepe's?
Oh, I just read
He
the fucking-
invented Pepe. He's the original Pepe artist.
Yeah,
so it's like
bitch.
if he just dropped original
Boo.
Pepe.
Wait, and it's only 0.08 ETH?
Yeah, it maxed at 0.2.
I'm glad I brought my laptop
0.25.
always. But or Pepe's, we're bullish on that, right?
Yes.
Are we?
I
I don't know.
actually no, I like them a lot. A lot of people have liked them a lot. Like they were before like the whole Ordinal mania like started. They were a project that was in the works. A lot of OGs were hyped for it. I was super hyped for it. I'm just excited for the project. I
Wait,
think
so
it's
it took
funny.
this has been in the cooks like for a long time?
Oh, it's been in the cooks for a really long
Why?
time.
Why did it take so long though?
I don't know. It's
I don't
kinda
know,
like
but the great thing
personal
about
stuff.
the great thing
Sketchy.
about
It's coming,
Pepe's and
it's coming.
the great thing about like this is like the pinnacle of CC0 Pepe that you're allowed to like make as many derivatives as possible, but this one happens to be just hyper bullish.
So real quick, there already are Pepes on Ordinals right now.
Yeah, but
Of
these
course.
are cute.
Okay, these
And
are
these
cute.
are quality pixel
There's
art.
Inscribed Pepe's goated project, right? There's other ones. So
Wait. So just teach me how to cook, okay? Teach me how to cook.
not
So what are you guys gonna do then, okay?
I'm gonna
so
mint.
you put a little
so
Pepe, you put a little.
what are the mint details
garlic.
and how do you approach
Okay,
this?
the mint details are you hit up someone from the cabal, you get the whitelist spot, and then you mint. You got you.
Okay,
Don't
well,
trip.
okay, thank you. Wait. So is there a limit on how many you can mint on these?
There's actually like there's zero info besides just like all that.
Okay, cool.
There's but then Ordinal Sigma's coming out.
What is that?
That's
Swag says these are a bad mint. You don't want these things. Trust me, he's trying to FUD so he gets more for himself. Classic
Yeah.
ETH technique. I learned this in the ETH days. You're not
Swag-
getting me.
Swag is going on an Ordinal bender, and he is just gonna fucking undercut everybody. I got you, Swag. I understand. You can't mess with Ordinal Grandpa.
You do not want Or Pepe.
So first of all, I
okay,
got
Troy,
it. So-
what is Ordinal Sigma X?
Ordinal
And
Sigma,
you guys
apparently
got a
it's going to be,
collab.
it's 5,555, the largest animated PFP collection on BTC. Is that a fact? This is from Hantoshi and Rabbi Gaines. Hantoshi. I love anybody with the name Han.
Rabbi- You know the OCM
anyone who's
community?
part of the Toshi family they're a very prominent family in Ordinals. I've not learned exactly who they are. You're part of the Toshis
I'm part
too.
of the Toshis.
Yeah.
I'm part of the Toshis.
Yeah. Who was it that tweeted? Was that BitGod that said anybody who has the...
No, that was Thread Guy.
Thread Guy?
Anybody who has Toshi at the end of their name is bearish.
yeah.
We love Thread Toshi.
That shit was funny.
Thread Toshi in the house.
And then finally, we got Inked on Bitcoin, arguably the hypest mint coming up right now. I'm very excited for it. A lot of people are very excited for this collection. 10,000 supply, 0.0058 mint price. That's a fucking cook for Ordinal prices and Ordinal standards. Like if there was a formula for like price to like mint price to hype to cook, it's up there. It's really good. But Inked on Bitcoin to like they're doing something very interesting when it comes to their SAT narratives, and like I want to bring back like the whole SAT narrative thing. They're inscribing on legacy SATs.
Explain legacy sats just because, we're dumb. No, please.
So
please.
okay,
It's true.
so before Ordinals came out, Casey did this workshop basically explaining what Ordinals were. He had, I think, 48 pieces of paper, and each of those papers had a unique wallet on it. Each of those wallets had 10,000 sats that Casey himself loaded onto each of them. So these legacy sats were basically sats that came from this paper from the legendary workshop before Ordinals
Workshop
came
sats?
out.
I want one so bad. That story is so good. It's like I can
You think it's a good story?
Yes, I love this story. That's so good.
That's like picking out your baby before you conceived it. Like 2 months before. Like
I've never had sex. I don't exactly understand. This
what
baby
is
stuff
sex?
works. Okay.
That's on the next episode.
This is an ordinal space. This is a.
Who here on this panel has been inked?
Wait, what do you mean? How do you be?
I got whitelist.
I got whitelist too.
Wait, what about me?
Fucking better BitGod.
There's 10,000.
Better BitGod is not inked, but BitGod, sick BitGod at home, whatever he's doing, cooking probably.
No, BitGod's
Genesis
right now
thing.
collecting like inked whitelist. He's like changing his Twitter name to 1,000 other like. I know what he's doing out there.
BitGod, RipGod.
Wait. How'd you guys get whitelist? I know. Just don't say Cabal. Give me a hint.
Cabal.
Which Cabal?
Cabal.
Which Cabal?
These
Give me
Cabal?
a hint.
These Cabal.
That was the Ordinals
Okay.
or Dead Show. What's up?
I have not been inked yet. I've never had a tattoo. I'd love to be, but I'm not going to beg for it. But I'm thankful to get whitelist.
Rosenbaum got his whitelist in the Bootalion Discord.
Yeah, baby. Rosenbaum.
Okay, they got good. Okay, so is there any chance for us to get on this at all, or we just gotta try and mint when it comes out?
If you kept your fucking galactic passport from Ordinals, you probably would have had
I think that
a spot.
Dude,
I think
those
that a lot of
BC
whitelist
tweets are
opportunities.
gonna pump after runes come out. My bag is gonna come. Wait,
You're gonna be
wait till I
rich.
tell you the ticker name. I don't want to say it on here because I don't want to get in trouble because it's gonna
Yeah.
pump.
Oh,
and it's gonna
yeah,
like
yeah.
cook.
if you want them in inked, I think that whitelist opportunities are basically dried up. You're gonna have to buy secondary when it comes out.
Yeah.
Because there are thousands of whitelist grinders in that Discord.
Okay. Well,
So-
speaking of that, so that price is beautiful, right? 0.0058.
It's not beautiful. You don't have whitelist.
It isn't, but I'm saying I'm leading to something. What do you think floor price right out the gate's going to be? Not the
0.015.
0.015? I'm thinking 0.05.
Oh, okay. Whoa. That's a big number.
Hey, listen, I don't move markets at all. I just shop at the grocery store. The thing is that I'm thinking like, 0.05. I don't know.
I don't think like 0.0. I think you could get to 0.05, but off rip, like I think people will be flipping it for 3x automatically. And there's gonna be a lot of cheaters. So if you buy it,
I just loved how this has sustained attention in the 5 months, 6
it's been
months.
nuts. It's just been there. It's like, bro, people are like waiting for this.
Yeah.
because it's like that hype of a project.
But other than that, do we have, I don't know.
That was
Guys,
the
thank you, everyone.
Ordinal
Thank you.
Show.
That was
Thank
the
you
show.
for tuning in. Tune in to IRL Alpha tonight at 7 p.m. live on IRL Alpha. Also next week, same time, come
I'm
back.
BitGod. Yes.
Yeah,
I'm
screenshot
finally
this.
BitGod.
Fucking screenshot this. Swag Toshi. Listen, brother. I love your style. Do not leave the space.
We'll be back next week. We'll have a space on Wednesday. We're doing a new chill space. Last night, I got canceled, so that was a fun space. We'll do them again. Anything else we got to talk about?
Nope.
Yeah. Listen.
Oh, wait. This Friday, if you're in LA, there's a special event. There's like an Ordinals crazy VIP party happening at Famecast.
Next week.
Next Friday.
Don't click it
You're
off.
in LA. Hit us up. It's
D-
just you need a password for it.
Don't click it off, Jerry. Please.
That's it.
What's that?
No, we're not. It's not off. Save
Oh,
it.
what I was like Skype face. So what's happening next week, or were we doing the show? Is there something?
I think we're doing a regular show here.
Well, then
still.
fuck me. Adios. Go Bengals. Hooday. Orange and black, baby. Always been orange. Love you.
Bye. Love you
See
guys.
you later.
Goodbye. He's running out of here. Oh my God.